Good morning. It's Wednesday. I think it's going to be a fairly decent day today. Let me change my camera angle a little bit. It was beautiful and sunny when I woke up about an hour ago. The clouds are moving in a little bit today, but I think I'm going to try to go for an outdoor exercise day, so my walking, because tomorrow it's supposed to rain and I can do my video while it's raining. It's kind of like I don't like going to the movies on a sunny day. I only like going to the movies when it's a day I don't want to stay outside. Yesterday was lovely, but that wind was wild. It just howled all day long. I could feel things in the house shaking. It kind of goes up through the rafters and just shakes the whole attic. So I was glad we didn't get blown away yesterday, and thank goodness we didn't have any storms with it. Today's earrings are some little, I really love these. When I was working, I used to wear them a lot. They're hammered metal, and I actually think they used to be gold plated. They kind of look silver now, so you can go with silver or gold. I think my sister gave me these years ago, and I just love the look. They were the right size. They gave, they weren't too dangly for work. They gave, just the nice sparkle. So I'm wearing those today, and I'm thinking of my sister. I've spoken to her over the past couple of days, and she started to go out a little bit. They live in Colorado Springs, and she did go into Lowe's for the first time with her husband the other day to buy some plants. And she had her mask on and gloves, and she said they got there early and everyone else had their masks on, but by the time they left, all the 20, 30, and 40 somethings were roaming around there without any protection. So it's up to us. We're going to have to be the ones that, if we feel endangered, we're going to have to take care of ourselves. Yesterday morning, I got an email from my doctor's office. I have a doctor's appointment next Tuesday for my Medicare checkup, but I really need to go because I need to have him check my ear, and I also take sleeping pills, and they are a controlled substance, and I have to go twice a year for a med check, and I only have about 10 of those left. So it's necessary that I'm going to have to go to the doctor's office, and I plan on doing that. So I was able to fill out that whole Medicare questionnaire online on his website. He's part of the St. Luke's group. And so I did. Oh, it took me 15 minutes or so to answer all those questions. And a half hour later, the nurse from the office called. On one of the questions, it said, "Have you been anxious or depressed lately or in the past?" I don't know how long, year or month or whatever it said. And the lowest answer was no, never. And then there was occasionally, and there were about 4 or 5 other levels. Well, I marked occasionally. I would be lying if I said never. Occasionally. And she called within a half hour, checking up on me, wanting to know if I was okay. She saw that I had marked that I had been depressed, and she said some people that mark occasionally really are depressed all the time. And I said, no, it's just occasionally. I said, actually, I make a little video for my friends every day, so we've got to keep each other up. And that's what we're doing. And everybody says virtual hugs are important, but they say if you just hug yourself, that feels good too. And I have Joe, of course, and some of you have mates with you. But those of you that don't, I send you my virtual hug, and I can't wait until I can actually hug you again. Let's see. Do I hear birds? A few birds. I don't know. I was going to talk about something else. I cannot remember what it was, so I guess it wasn't very important. You're all doing a great job. Oh, I know. I just picked up the newspaper. We still get the newspaper that has nothing in it. It's kind of like the show with nothing. It's the paper with nothing. Most of the stories that come in the Kansas City Star I've read the day before on Facebook. So there's very little that comes. And on Wednesdays and on Sundays, they have some ads in the paper. The Sunday ads have dwindled down to nothing. There's like CVS and maybe Walgreens. That's it. But today I just happened to see the Price Chopper ad, and right on the front of the Price Chopper ad was a half-gallon of Bluebell ice cream. So this year for Mother's Day, if any of my children are listening, I don't want flowers. I want a nice half-gallon of Bluebell ice cream, and I really like mint chip. But I like any flavor, and I certainly wouldn't reject it. Now, I don't have any more room in my freezer upstairs, but I have an old refrigerator with the top freezer down in the basement in the garage. So if I get more than one half gallon, I can make room for them. So I'm looking forward to maybe doing a drive-by with some of my kids. I did see Shannon and Jennifer yesterday. They came by. They had gone up to North Kansas City to one of the fruit produce places. Jennifer was hoping to get one of those community boxes, and they were all out of them, where they give you different kinds of fruits and vegetables that are in season. But they did manage. Okay, my eyes were closed for a second there. It wasn't me. It was my internet connection, obviously. So hopefully this is still running. It says it is. They had to buy 40 pounds of bananas and a whole bunch of mangoes. So they brought me a bunch of bananas and a mango. So I appreciated that. And Shannon put a new little pump in my fountain, the one that we had. The fountain's about 5 years old, and the one we had, 4 or 5 years old. The water wasn't coming up very much, so the pump must have been going out. So he went to Menards and he got me a new pump, and he got my fountain going. So now we're kind of thinking, it's very faded. It's one of those brown kind of plastic or whatever they mold that stuff out of. And we're thinking maybe we'll have to spray paint it some wild colors. I'm going to have to get some of that plastic spray paint, and I would like to do some kind of a metallic, I don't know, maybe some gold swirls with some orange swirls in there. We'll see. So that's got my juices flowing. That's a project for a not windy day. And Chris, I'm so glad you found the audio recording of your family, because as we said on our messages yesterday, all the old videos we have, and we have not videos, we have movie films, 8mm and Super 8. We've got boxes of them, and none of those have any sound, including from our wedding and anything else. So I can see my family, but I think one Christmas I bought a Hallmark book, and it had a thing to record voices, and I may have a recording of our family's voices. I'm going to have to see if I can find that, because I can hardly remember what my father sounded like. He was a wonderful man, but I don't know. So my mother's still the same, and she's doing okay in New York. Okay, enough rambling about nothing. Have a great day. Take advantage of today, because I think it's going to be raining tomorrow. So I love you all. Miss you. I send you a hug, and I will see you tomorrow.